Shalom, shalom, shalom. Um, just want to say good morning. This here is a Hebrew pen. I know for a fact that I'm a Hebrew. I am a Jew. I am the seed of Abraham. I am the seed of Isaac. I am the seed of Jacob called Israel. Those are my forefathers. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know that because I study the scriptures. Now, you study the scriptures on that, you see, growing up, we were taught these songs, and we would sing them in church. Father Abraham, and many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. All right, now you probably remember that song growing up. You probably remember that song in church, but if you're if you're in America, you black, you sung that song. You have sung that song. Whether you believe that song or not, you have sung that song. And you didn't really realize, maybe you didn't realize what you were singing. Maybe you didn't realize because a lot of times you get to asking people or talking to people or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite," and it just makes me want to ask them, like, "Oh, okay, but have you ever sung this song, Father Abraham? I mean, his son." Like, yeah, but they don't make me a son. I'm like, righteous, righteous, because all Israel ain't Israel. But my question is how can you sing a song that brings ties to Father Abraham, which allude that you are one of them because it says in the song, I am one of them, and so are you. But then you deny the power of the seed of Abraham by denying that you are actually a son or the seed or the daughter of Zion, you know. So you have to make up in your mind either you are or you're not, right? Now, with that being put to the side, no transgenders. I'm sick and tired of transgenders. I'm 1977 born, raised. I was born 1977. My dad is military. He was anyway before he passed. My mom, she was Pentecostal. My mom is from Texas. My dad is from California. So, um, in my house growing up, my mom would tell you, I ain't raising no punks. My mom would tell you flat out, I ain't raising no punks. And at first, growing up, I was like, what's a punk? And at first, people would allude a punk to someone who was afraid to fight, and I'm like, as soon as they get scared, oh man, you a punk. You ain't gonna fight, you a punk. I'm like, nah. I ain't afraid to fight nobody. So that can't make you no punk. I started asking my grandma, my grandpa, like, what's a punk? Mom keep talking about she ain't raising no punks. I'm like, what's a punk? They say a punk is a boy that walks around who thinks he's a girl and acts like a girl, try to be a girl. And that's a punk. It's like you're not a man, you don't want to be a man, you want to be a girl. They get the punching on you. Bow! You know what I'm saying? Talking about grandpa. I'm talking about uncle. You go ask him, man, what's a punk? I don't know no punk. What's a punk? I don't know nothing about that. It's a punk. And like, oh, you don't want to be a punk, huh? Like, my mom said she ain't raising no punk. I don't know what a punk is. I'm like, what's a punk? They're like, I'm gonna show you how not to be a punk. And they get to boxing you, bop, bop, bop. And growing up fighting, soon as I get hit and punched, I'm ready to go. Oh, we boxing, we fighting. Is this how we stop being a punk? I'm cool with that. I'm throwing hands back and forth, pop, 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 pop. Hands going. Knocked my brother tooth, broke it by accident. You know what I'm saying? Cause my mom, she was like, I ain't raising no punks. I didn't know that at the time what it was, but now I'm older, I know. You know what I'm saying? And just growing up fighting, I just felt like, I'll fight you. As long as I fight you, I'm not no punk. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's the way that it was growing up. I ain't no punk. You ain't gonna treat me like no punk. You know what I mean? So growing up back in the day, that's the way that it was. You ain't gonna treat me like no punk. I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I I can cook. I can cook. I know how to cook. I know how to cook from scratch. My mom used to tell me all the time, what happens if you grow up? You better get in there, learn how to cook. What happens you grow up, marry a woman and she don't know how to cook? Now, and come to find out that my ex-wife, she didn't know how to cook. She didn't. And I was like, man, I thought I would have married somebody that actually knew how to cook. That girl didn't know how to cook. I had to do the cooking. I'm divorced and everything, but uh, yeah, I think that it's good for a man to know how to cook. Period. Now, no, I'm allergic to shrimp. I got food allergies, so well, I'm gonna cut this video short, and from here, I hope to get to know you a little better. Shalom.